to the extent that there are some people I know in Offa, I feel in Offa, who are so much concerned about our participation in politics, who are so much supportive of my initiative. To these people, I give a lot of thanks to them. And to so many of them who don't understand why they should stand by me, I forgive all the hypocrites. Because I know in most cases they don't know much about what we do in politics. You discover that when I'm coming here, when I was coming here yesterday, I mean today, I insisted that my political friends would follow me. I reality is one. We have been there since 1999. Actually, and we have never departed for 1 second. Chief, where is Chief? Oloshude? Chief Oloshude is there too. Oloshude was a product of Offa Shaman School. And he's from Ekiti State. I mean, Ekiti local government. He is from Kwara local government. They have been exceedingly supportive.
I've been mandated to welcome our distinguished senator and brother here. We're all excited when we heard that we'll be visiting this place, not alone with his political associates and friends within the community. And we've been liaising with our brother too, Mr. Tafa, who's done a very good work in terms of building on the program for today. So I want to thank you, sir, for coming here. You further inspired us, you motivated us, and by the time the whole world hears that you came here, they will be more inspired. They will know that what you are doing here is serious. And by the time they hear that you are also committed to what is going on here, I'm sure they will also be grateful to you for your own support and for this initiative that will benefit not only this generation, but the generation unborn. 81 years ago, when our forefathers established the Kwara school, little did they know that we will produce people like General Alakin Professor Ibrahim Gambari, General David Jembe, or even President Emir Filoni, and many other prominent people who are all over the world. So we're going to pray for our forefathers for what they did then, and those who birthed this place as well. The Offa Descendants Union, the Habis, the Lola of Offa, in fact, gave us the land that we are using for the industrial park. And everything started with the economic summit of Offa that Club 80 organized in 2019. Late Baba Oyawoye was present at that summit, and that was when they set up the Do It Fund, Development of Industrial Trust Fund, and Baba Oyawoye was made the chairman of that fund. And Baba said, look, this matter has gone beyond Club 80. This has become a community thing. So Club 80 relinquished the entire initiative, and they said, look, the implementation of the recommendations of the economic summit will now be left to the community. The recommendations are submitted to KBC. KBC endorsed the recommendations, and part of the request then was that allocation of land for the industrial estates, which was made available free of charge. And ever since then, we've continued working. As luck would have it, or fate would have it, COVID came in 2019, 2020, when we were about to start the One Innovation Hub. We felt because of the youth-centric nature of our demography, we should start with the hub. But this is an industrial park, multiple industrial park, that is designed to have an ICT hub, that is designed to have production facilities for processing agricultural products, solid minerals, polymer products, as well as creative industry and other facilities that are supposed to be here. But we say let us start with the hub. But when COVID came, we said we should not be daunted. We said look, let us take advantage of technology. We decided to buy 4 containers that were put together, and within a month we were able to put up this facility, and it was commissioned. Ever since then, the hub has had a catalytic effect on the community. Many of our partners within the ecosystem are here today. Some are not here, but a lot of people have passed through this place. and they will continue to make an impact. My brother here, Jide, explained to you earlier, those who benefited and those who have passed through this place. So there's when we commissioned this place that Engineer Falabalogun saw myself, himself, and Kafikola on China's television. I was sunrise. You people, come and see me in my office on Monday. When he was office on Monday, that was when he pledged that he would continue to support what we are doing. And they said they'll start off with the training, which he did for 10 people. After the training, he said he was going to build this place so that they're not going to be trained and let go on the streets. He was going to build this facility so that they can become trained trainers. And that's why we are here today. And when he celebrated his 60th birthday in May last year, that was when the foundation for this place was launched. And he promised that we'll finish this project last year. In spite of the inflation and everything that happened. And when we did the BOQ in May or so, the estimate was about 150 million. But by the time we finished in December, the estimate had moved wildly, from about 400 something to more than 1,000. But he was undaunted. He continued pumping in the money, and he spent almost 300 million looking up at this structure, and he says he'll continue to sir, we want to let us thank him, sir, as our senator, to thank him for his contribution to Offa. And our elders too, who have supported this initiative, because not a mean feat having somebody like him on our board. And he's a retired partner of Architectural Deloitte, one of the most distinguished accounting firms in the world, not only in Nigeria or Africa. But then as Jayola, one of the past presidents of ICANN, is also on our board. And Uncle Bisi Salau, who trained under Babade Soye, is a quantity surveyor. He's also on the board, and it goes across several age groups. He is on the board. Tafik Olatiwo is on the board. Honorable Adato is on the board. And my brother here was the pioneer secretary of the Economic Development Committee of the Financial Union that gave birth to all this. Mr. Ogunboye, Dr. Ogunboye, glad to have you here. So then, of course, from the palace, Engineer Fatai Yusuf, who is also the president of our engineers, he's also on the board and part of the management. They've all been working very, very hard, extremely hard. So we're grateful to God and grateful to them as well. So, sir, it's our pleasure to receive you here today. Thank you very much, sir. We decided to put together a 10-year development plan, 2022 to 2032. That was launched in December 2022. And what we are all doing here is part of the 10-year development plan. That 10-year development plan is aligned with Nigeria's National Development Plan, 2021 to 2025. It's also in alignment with the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the Agenda 2063 of the African Union, as well as the high fives of the African Development Bank. So everything you find in that development plan are aligned with the global best practices in terms of development. All we're trying to do is to ensure that our people become productive. And luckily for us, as we are finishing that program, the National Bureau of Statistics released the report on multidimensional poverty index in Nigeria. And they provided the areas of deprivation, luckily two, by senatorial districts. So we looked at the one for Kwara South Senatorial District. We looked at that report, and we looked at the recommendations and the shortcomings development-wise in this South Senatorial District, and we incorporated that into our 10-year development program. So that program is also meeting the needs of our people in terms of education, in terms of health. So almost all the groups in Offa today are taking a cue or taking their cues from that national, from the development plan that we have for this community. Because it's only when our people are healthy that they're mentally developed, that they're physically developed. And one of the ways of being healthy is also through nutrition. There's a connection between nutrition and hygiene. So agriculture is also very important. How do we feed our people? When they are well fed, they will develop immunity. They'll be less vulnerable to infection. They'll be stronger. Mentally, they'll be sound. It's only when they are mentally sound that they can absorb education, that they can absorb training. And our people need to be skilled. It's when they are skilled and educated, they can become productive. It's when they're productive that they can earn income. It's when they can earn income that they can meet the basic needs of life. They will not need website, they will not need package, they will not need, they will not be pressurizing my brother all the time for school fees, for medical fees, and everything. You know, it's true. When they are productive, we are all suffering it.
And for rights.
Exactly, for we are all suffering it. But when our people are productive, and that's what we are trying to do, let us make sure that they can earn income. When they can earn income, then they can also meet the basic needs of life. So poverty will reduce when people are productive. They will earn money to feed themselves, earn money to look after themselves, educate themselves, provide housing, provide shelter, provide food, provide clothing, educate their children, even health insurance too. You know, we have the Metropolitan Club, which also builds the ultra-modern hospital complex next to the general hospital there. They all aimed at helping our community. And many of us too belong to OMC, and our brother also contributed immensely to all the projects we've had in Offa. And of course, he's a member. He's a member of, he has all his hands in all the development initiatives in this community. So we thank you. You make him what he is because of your support. And that was thank you for supporting him. Thank you.
Technical Doctor Engineer Onwatoyi Abdulkadir Kamaldeen, represented here by Dr. Mrs. Ashiru Bola Joko, the Deputy Rector, Academics, Federal Polytechnic. We want to sincerely appreciate the donor of this particular collection. I know it's going to add to our library collection, not only that, intellectually, students and staff.
Okay, but now thank God for today. My greetings to all the elders and leaders, particularly to our distinguished Senator Lola, the Deputy Leader of Senate and the National Leader of North Central Caucus of National Assembly. I'm happy that today I can witness this. In fact, it has been so painful from here. Yesterday I was trying to leave small journey, but Kwara was trying to inform Senator that I want to travel, so I couldn't make the journey. I'm happy that I didn't make that journey. Because what I saw here today, I'm impressed. I'm not surprised because I'm partly Offa. My father is an Indian, my grandmother is from Offa, my mother is from school, and I schooled in Offa. So most of my friends, because your friends come from secondary school, I went to Ashiru College Offa. So most of my friends, if not all, are from Offa. So I know Offa very well. This is one of the many things that I know we are capable of doing here. And I'm very glad that today Offa is taking the lead in Kwara State. It's very important that we have somebody who can help us to grow. Because if you look at the minutes of our youth disobedience everywhere, we find out that we need something that will make our youth be very productive. Yeah, and the leadership of Senator Ashiru has been sending a positive signal to not only Kwara State but the entire state, and that is why in the history of this politicking, according to our, I've never seen anybody who has been so much conspired against like Senator Ashiru. The conspiracy was of the highest order. But you get that kind of conspiracy because of what people see in you, because of where you are going. And we thank God that today he is the deputy leader of the Senate. Nobody can imagine that the conspiracy we are seeing during the primary was to deny the Kwara South and Offa in particular this kind of leadership. But thank God that despite the conspiracy, God has been able to be faithful to us. I want to thank everybody for today, and I'm particularly grateful that the Hope is doing this kind of wonderful thing.
And as Senator has said, we want it to be replicated everywhere. He used to tell me one thing, that if they want to need in the Borno land is share prosperity. And if all of us are enjoying their own crisis anywhere, if somebody is enjoying inside one house, other people are suffering, they will kill that person. Immediately they will just conspire against that person. So we need share prosperity, not only in Borno land, but in Kwara South. Thanking God for this kind of initiative, which we believe will, by the grace of God, become a university, as my chairman has said. It's going to become a university. I also believe that what we need now is technical and technology institution, not all this formal educational system they giving to us. But people are reading public administration. All of us are public administrators. We don't even need anybody to teach us that one. If you have good upbringing, you know how to manage people. You don't need to go to school to learn that one. But today, 70% of our children go to school. Those are the kind of courses they are doing. Once we go back to technology, we'll get it right. I want to believe that Offa will become the first China of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Mo kí yín o. Mo wá kú oríire. Sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ ni mí, ṣùgbọ́n màá disappoint sí ilé ni. Torí ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò ní pọ̀. Torí ibi tá ń lọ, ó pọ̀ jù ibi tá ti ń bọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ tàbí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún ọjọ́ yìí. Inú mi dùn púpọ̀. Mi tí ẹ̀ mọ̀ mo ti fẹ́ describe ẹ̀ bóyá ẹ̀yin mò ń sọ fún àbí ẹnìkan bí i. Ṣé họ́ọ̀bù lélẹ̀ ni àbí yunifásitì? Kò ní o, n tí mo rí lẹ́ni, I'm a very local man. Ẹ̀rí tí mo gbé sọ́rùn. Olóyè púpọ̀ ní mí. But I'm not a full-time politician like my friend. I'm a quantity surveyor by profession. And I'm a fellow of that profession, for that matter. Reason in that profession to be what we can call the zenith. Know the importance of what is here and what is to be here.
Correct.
With that estimation, this is a university. I'm not to have a prophet, so by the time we come to pass, I want to like you and who are talking about Ọlọ́run sì lè ṣe kó ṣe ń kíákíá kó sojú ẹ̀mí gbogbo. Honestly, I won't talk too much. I know what is here is Baba our leader, ló máa fò. Èmi náà máa fò. Èmi ju máa fò lọ. Kòró kan yà mí lẹ́nu ni. Nígbà tá à ń wọlé, ìyá ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n ṣe bí ìgbà tí ó fi tó bí ọdún kan bí kinní. Ibi tí a di South Korea. Àbí kò di South Korea. Ẹni gbogbo kiri tó náà prince kìíní kan. Wọ́n lọ lab. I pay rap attention to everything. Mo á wò pé ní Nàìjíríà náà ni. In Nigeria, ní Kwara South, ní Offa, nílùú
níbi tó ti jáde, níbi tó ti lọ school,
níbi tó Offa grammar school wo lọ. Offa ìgbà second home Offa grammar school àwọn àdá tó ń ṣe leader bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni a ṣe 80th anniversary láìpẹ́ yìí to the glory of God. So mo ń bá wa yọ ní omi sọ mi ní sọ ìbò tó pọ̀ mi ní sọ Yorùbá tó ju ẹnu mi lọ. Ẹgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká máa yọ̀ ká sì máa dúpẹ́ ní àsìkò yìí tá tún wá ní sẹ́nétọ̀ láti bí. Gbogbo ìlérí tán ṣe yẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run á fún ọ ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ láti ṣe. Kódà wọn ó ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà àwa impact gbé fẹ́ ẹ ṣé o.
With the kind permission of the Senator, I want to lend credence to the debate, the ongoing debate. There's a saying by Mr. Clinton. He said, if I see any better, it is because I'm standing on the shoulder of those who have come forward. The global concept of today is about IT. I have my little kid at home. And what I've been trying to impart to them is that look at the big world beyond the content of the traditional courses. Today, you can sit where we are today, power your phone, get access to the doctor, get access to the pharmacist. And you now come to our dear Kwara South, where we have the gracious grace of the Almighty to put on a forum a visionary. And when you are talking about a visionary coming from the traditional home of what we call Kwara South, if we are looking at the political content of Kwara South, we talked about the bigger, there's a car called Big for Nothing in the underworld. And when you look at the engine inside this car, you put it in today's cars, you see that this is what drives other cars. But they have traditionally called it Big for Nothing. I hope that's not the story of Kwara South today. And we want to thank God for giving us a visionary in person of Senator Ashiru. This is a man setting the pace that we're talking about today, and that informed the first quote I gave, that if I see any better, it is because I'm standing on the shoulder of those who are going forward. I want to say 2 or 3 things about some of us who are catalysts in these directions. We cannot but continue to talk about the big Offa, the Olagunjis, the Olalomins, and some of these big names that we see in Offa. Of course, these coming names too, who are beginning to point in the direction that we need to go as the people of Kwara South. Today, I have had great speeches from my Oga, from those who have spoken before me, and I felt as a youth that I should say something that it is critical into the dispensation that we are going here. What is happening in Owning Hub today, and the support or the promise my senator has given, I want to believe is an impulse thing. I heard him saying, by the grace of God, is going to make it up to billions. This is a big project that I believe deserves such gestures from a sons of the soil here, that we must all rally around to make sure that we get the fruit of all of these things that we're putting forward in Offa. As a whole, Kwara South, which is our common destiny, thank you for what you are doing in all the local government senators. Thank you for what is happening in Offa today. And I think if I must speak for Kwara South, I want to believe and I want to pray that God will continue to strengthen us as an entity so as to drive this plane to the railroad. God bless you.
That less than being an awesome. And I was telling our distinguished senator that, wow, you know, I wanted to ask you a question there. Is this thing for you or for alone? So you need the clarification that is wrong. Yes, sir. And what I can assure you here, I'm not surprised that Offa is leading like this. Many of us, we have been agitated. Why is Offa not taking their leadership role in the Kwara South? Let me tell you, when Papa J.S. Olawoyu, I'm a politician, I'm not a technocrat. Pure politician.
Yes, sir.
But the value that we have, the politics of progressiveness that we are used to when Baba was alive, we lost it until our leader, Senator Ashiru, came on board in 2001. And when he came on board, the question I asked him the first day I happened to get in touch with him, to get in contact with him, I said, I hope you are not just coming to contest the election and run away. Because some people will just come, they will run for the post. If they get it, fine. If they don't get it, they are back. And he said no. He has come to stay for the purpose of Kwara South. And since 2001, he has never let any one of us down. And so when we were here today, when we said we will be visiting the one hall, I said, okay, let's go there and see what you are going to see. And I was shocked to the marrow when, if I were as you are giving us explanation, you are taking us to the dark room, to lab and everywhere. I was just thinking that will it be a pointer to our next empowerment level for the people of Kwara South? Because you told us that one of your trainees here is already earning 5,000 pounds. 5,000 pounds. Not Yahoo. And I imagine just have 3 people.
Yes.
To be moderate from each local government in Kwara South that we can train to be earning 5,000 pounds. See the impact it could have in our society. We are grateful to you. God bless
Senator ti gbàlẹ̀ kan tó kú sọ ìwà kúrò ní fèèrè ìgbóyá ní ó lè pẹ̀lú so consent wà látọ̀dọ̀ senator ní adéṣọ́ ìbọn adẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ ìbọn ó jẹ́ nǹkan dùnú fún wa púpọ̀ pé senator wa lè wá sí ibi torí àwọn appointment wọn máa pọ̀ jù ìgbà kan sọ wọ́n ní 2 p.m. òní bóyá wọ́n tún ní 10 wọ́n máa pé bóyá ìníkan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ a dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ fún sẹ́nétọ̀ kan lè wá bí and wíwá bí wọn gan àtúnjọ orin tí ìṣe pé ń gba golf ìrìn tí wọ́n rìn gan ọlọ́run wọn yẹ máa lè láti rí pé wọ́n rí ojú àlékún wa pẹ̀lú ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn inú mi dùn tọkàntọkàn gbogbo àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí yàtọ̀ sáwọn kìí ṣe pé wọ́n sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìṣekú tọkàn wọn àti bàbá tó ń filẹ̀kẹ̀ lọ́rùn tó ní ẹ̀rẹ́ tí ó bá kékeré lò kí má ti kú lọ́dọ̀ sẹ́nitọ̀ ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mọ̀ ìṣe bí a ti sọ tọ́lọ̀ bá fẹ́ gbìyàn sí ipò kò sí tí a lè lọ ó lè ó débẹ̀ onígbà kọ́ wọlé láìkejì àmìwọ̀n ẹ̀ta òun nìkan ló wà fẹ́ jẹ́ lómi òsì ọ̀tán tó ní làákàrí ó mọ̀ pé ẹni tó bá ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kíní tí ò bá bẹ̀jẹ́ tẹ́ tó fún lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ránkì kí ni wọ́n pè àwọn tó sì kàwé wọ́n sọ fáwọn èèyàn wọn pé ẹni tó ẹjọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá fún láyè tó bá wọlé ránkì rẹ̀ ó wà pọ̀ ọlọ́run ṣe fẹ́ torí ipò tí wọ́n fi sẹ́nétọ̀ sí nísì ní ìmọ̀ bóyá anybody ní south tí orí ọ̀sí so number first time tí wọ́n ṣe pé kìí náà wọ́n sì jẹ́ kíkó àwọn ojú àwọn lójú ó ti yẹ lọ lẹ́yìn tí sọ ìfẹ́ ìlú ó wà àtàntí a ní àwọn tẹ̀lé wọn káà wọ́n láti jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti jọ wà ti pẹ́ wọ́n sì ṣe bó ti yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ó fọkàn ló fi inú kan adúpẹ́ púpọ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ yìí tí ẹ wà pẹ̀lú promise tí wọ́n promise bẹ́ẹ̀ ti bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ti sọ pé ọ̀tá máa pọ̀ nǹkan bí pé kẹ́nìkan kó fẹ́ lọ yunifásitì ní skúl wá gba AAA kẹ́yìn sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ ní yunifásitì ráyè àti ìrànlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ó easy láti ràn wọ yunifásitì jẹ́ tó gba FFFF lọ èmi rò pé bí ti hub wà ti rí pẹ̀lú promise tí àwọn sẹ́nétọ̀ wá sọ ọlọ́fún sí ọlọ́sì tẹ́lú sí ọlọ́mọ máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni pé ẹ̀ tí mà kí bọ́jẹ́tì ó tó lé ìbọ́dún mẹ́rin lẹ́sìkẹ́ tó ń sí ọdún mẹ́rin ní tàbí yìí ní ọlọ́jọ́ ṣe àbùkù yóò wà ní ẹ̀fìṣẹ́ torí mo rí pé inú yín dùn púpọ̀ fún òtẹ́ rí ibi tá a kọ́kọ́ lọ wọ́n ti náwó sí wa ń bẹ̀ nígbà tá à ń béèrè owó láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn bí chairman wa ṣe sọ nígbà covid kankan wọ́n wà náà tó dá owó ribiribi pẹ̀lú àwọn ìjọba ìfẹ́ ìlú tó wà ní ọkàn yìí Ọlọ́run ní pa ìfẹ́ náà yóò máa ga sí àwọn tí wọ́n sì wà lágbègbè bí ẹ̀yìn ti sọ wọ́n innovation hub wọ́n ti sọ àkùnmọ̀ sọ aronú pọ́tà sọ ìgbàdá kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ́nìkan obìnrin sì ní sẹ́wọ̀n tó hàn pé wọ́n ló amúsọ̀ yẹn ní àgbà ẹkún sọ ní Ọ̀fà ó jẹ́ N&E enviro ní wà ní wà wọ́n fi ní Ọ̀fà and enviro Ọlọ́run sì jẹ́ owó wọlé ó sì ṣe adúpẹ́ púpọ̀ fún wíwá tẹ́wà tẹ́sì ní sùúrù tẹ́ẹ̀kan ju bó ti yẹ lọ Ọlọ́run máa wà yóò máa pín pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí wa ní àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ ìlú tí a dáwó ẹni tí a máa wà ó ṣe ríbiríbi ó sì ṣe eréjì ìṣọ́mọ́ àlè pàápàá ọmọ ọba tí mo mọ̀ ṣe rí bí wọ́n bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ rí náà fi rìtáyà ní tí wọ́n bá kọ́ ń bẹ̀ ní dáadáa wọ́n fẹ́ rí pé àwọn ṣe sí ìlú Ọ̀fà tó wà ní ọwọ́ ọmọ Ọ̀fà tẹ́ ẹ bá rí pé kí ni wọ́n tra àti kọ́ nǹkan dáadáa tí wọ́n fi wá ṣe irú chairman wa gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ kiri ibi tó ti kúrò tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ rí àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀ òyìnbó ọ̀rá kankan tó dáwọ́ sí kì í ṣe kékeré influence rẹ̀ sì náà lò wípé ó ti ṣe dáadáa fún àwọn rí náà fi dáwọ́ síbẹ̀ tó ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run ilé ìtumọ̀ ní maintenance culture ó bá Áfíríkà jẹ́ àmọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú àránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú àránṣẹ́ ìlú yìí báyìí maintenance bí kò ní yẹ wọ́n máa lọ sí ẹ̀wájú sí i so ní orúkọ àwọn board of directors a dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ ní sẹ́nítọ̀ àti ẹgbẹ́ báwọn wá olóòní yíyá ní lẹ́yìn sẹ́nítọ̀ ẹ̀ sì ní kábàámọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń bá sẹ́nítọ̀ sí lọ síwájú yóò máa báyìí èyí tẹ́ sì ṣe pressman kankan náà ẹ̀ ní síyá ẹ̀ ní sísọ ṣe dáadáa ṣe so a dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ and bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ one innovation hub àti rí pé owó tí wọ́n fún akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àtàfi bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí pẹ̀lú bí subsidiary one innovation hub ni ètò owó àfijáfìrà nígbà tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ bó ti yẹ ká ṣe àkáǹtì tó yẹ ká ṣe ọ́díìtì kankan gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ti wà tó jẹ́ pé tíjọba ní ká report kankan gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ so ẹ̀ tí ó bá fún wa ní nǹkan tí ó bá fún wa ló ká mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa bójú tó dáadáa wọ́n sì ń bójú tó so Ọlọ́run alárànṣe yóò mọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n sì wá tó wà máa kọ́ nǹkan nínà tó Ọlọ́run máa ọ̀rọ̀ yín sí o jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin náà tẹ́ bá pọ̀ tán tẹ́ bá déyàn ńlá ẹ̀yin náà lè rántí irú tẹ́ àwọn èèyàn wá ti sọ pé àwọn náà skul bí náà ti lọ nǹkan alma mater èèyàn ìgbàgbé so ibi náà tó di alma mater bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan sọ pé ibi yunifásitì alma mater tẹ́ bá pọ̀ kí wọ́n máa rántí tí ibi ó fi máa gbòòrò sí tó àlékún adúgbò pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àbúrò mi àti àwọn míì tí wọ́n lè wá bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wọ́n wà bẹ̀ dàbí jẹ́ pé àwọn náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ráyè wá bí lónìí tó jẹ́ pé ipa tí wọ́n ń kó láti rí pé bí ó dàgbà sókè ìlò bí a ti sọ ọ̀kan ní wa ló supervise kí ní within that short period pé diagram tí wọ́n yà nǹkan kan ó ti ṣe ọmọ tó ń bá ọ̀dà ìwọ́n ọmọ tó yà wá ní ìkú tí ẹ̀ wọ́n tó ṣe kí.
He's a trainee at the hub and he's an architect. So he designed
and he did the drawing and so on. very young people, and the future is brilliant. Èyí náà tí ó sọ ní ìmọ̀rí pé bóyá ọ̀dọ̀ náà bóyá máa yí ìwé wọn wò. Adúgbò púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ everybody. Now, tẹ wá tù láti poli represent Guinea from the summit to adúgbò púpọ̀ fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ àti cooperation tí a ṣe pẹ̀lú lọ. Arẹwà ti tẹ́lẹ̀ náà, every time we always see you. Máa ń fún wa ní organize so adúpẹ́ pọ̀ so dáadáa ní àbájọ ọlọ́run ìjà sí àdáàbò Boko Haram ọlọ́run ní lórí nísàkà lágbára ọlọ́run Boko Haram ìjọba àtàwà ní sẹ́nitọ̀ wà náà wọ́n parí Boko Haram so Kwara South lágbára ọlọ́run nítorí akéwì sí ọmọ yẹn gan lágbára ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú àràṣẹ ọlọ́run.